lay back, relax, enjoy it all. Saturday night, it's time to say no more. S&M with Tally and KRC. Come pleasure or pain, welcome to the stream.
Good morning, nice. Oh, wait. Wrong intro. Hang on. This isn't Cyberpunk. Hi, everyone. Welcome to S&M. I'm Eve. This is Tally.
Hi. We've got a yellow weather alert.
What's that mean? What's that mean?
It means thunderstorms.
Oh, my goodness. Well, at least you're thunderstorming up. I don't even know. I was gonna try to say something clever there, and it just did not work. Oops. Wrong window.
Yeah, we've got thunder alert, which means there's going to be a thunderstorm tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how we had all this interesting stuff to talk about before stream. I love how we had all this interesting stuff to talk about before stream, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, let's talk about the weather. And it's like, Tally, why don't we tell them about how, Kayla and I got you pregnant by proxy?
Oh yeah, because neither of them can get pregnant technically. Apparently, they Gemini covened that shit into me.
Yeah, and she had to explain to me what a Gemini coven was, so...
It's from Vampire Diaries, where they used magic to save the twins' lives. They transplanted them from the mother into a vampire.
So, I do vampires, but do you know what I do vampires with, Tally? World of Darkness. It is about it's one of the more darker interpretations of vampires, in my opinion. Pretty fucked up shit, like...
I quite like Vampire Diaries.
You are totally welcome to like Vampire Diaries, dear. It's just like, when I do vampires, most people think, like, Vampire Diaries, or Twilight, or...
Oh, God, no.
What was that other one? What was that other one that was really popular? The ones that were based off the Sookie Stackhouse novels.
True Blood.
True Blood. Or True Blood. You know, True Blood at least, you know, got a little edgy, but their version of edgy was, let's throw some nudity and sex in here, and it's like, okay, but vampires in World of Darkness...
To be fair, Eve, it wouldn't be a HBO TV show without sex and nudity.
That's fair. But vampires in World of Darkness, sex is a tool for them. It's not a... They don't have sex because they want to. They have sex because they can use it to feed. They don't even really enjoy sex. They just do it as a thing because, oh, mortals like sex, so let's do the sex, you know.
I've got a couple of things to talk about, apart from vampires.
Oh. What the fuck? Why did that hiccup like that?
Yeah, there's some... Like, everyone is aware that the G7 summit is going on at the moment.
Uh-huh.
It's the coronavirus. It's happening in my county.
Uh-huh.
And on the 11th, so 5 days ago, on the a dead body was found in the ocean near the summit.
Oh my god. Wasn't anybody like a security guard or anything, was it? Because that would be awful.
It's being treated as suspicious but accidental. Because it's summer and we've got a lot of surfers and a lot of people that go out in the water and fuck about. So it's possible it was just an unfortunate accident.
I've seen those movies, Tally.
Because of where the tidal currents go, it would have drifted the body down from near Newquay towards St. Ives, where the summit is taking place.
I've seen those movies, Tally. It's how it always starts. They find a random corpse. It's unidentified. Nobody's really sure. It's probably just a surfer.
Oh, they identified it. They identified it.
and it was the president of the
I can't
United
remember.
States. Wait, no. It's one of those things
I
of it's the way it always starts in the movie. It's like, oh, we can't, this person passed away due to mysterious circumstances, and his security badge went missing, and that's how the terrorists get in and take over the summit, and then some intrepid security guard or secret agent dude gets to go in and rescue the officials. That's how it goes in the movies, Tally. That's what movies taught me how reality works, so...
Well, the other day, on the same day, I was driving over to the gym and there were police cars everywhere and there were random people lining the street. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Vanny says, then zombies! Oh, wait. Yeah, you need to go ahead and let Vanny down
No, that's
easy.
the movie I Am Legend.
You need, you need to go ahead and let Vanny down easy and tell him that you're already seeing someone that he can't marry you. Sorry, Vanny. I'm sorry.
It's true. Sorry, Vanny.
But... No,
But-
seriously, I don't know how we got from you being pregnant with mine and Kayla's child to... I asked Tally if she'd be a surrogate for us, and she's like, yeah, sure, why not? So, Tally's gonna have a surrogate child. Fair warning, it'll probably have 4 legs and fur.
I am not having any furry babies.
Because I care about that, I have staked my claim. Okay. And Vanny has laid claim, and there's nothing you can apparently do about it. That's not creepy at all.
Okay.
No, but seriously, folks, how's everyone doing today? We missed last week because Miss Tally was not feeling well and fell asleep on me.
You know what? I've got a very physical job, and then I'm not like, why do I bother going to the gym as well? Because I swim, I go to the gym, I do Pilates, and I do acro aerobics.
And
And
I'm
you can
sitting over
laugh
here-
at me as much as you like for that last one, but it's so much fun.
If you enjoy it and can exercise, do it, And my
I
fat ass
almost-
over here sitting on my ass all day long, eating candy.
I almost kicked a lady in the
See?
head at the other night. Because we were doing these things where we had the pool noodles and we had to have them round behind our shoulders, and we had to push our bellies out so we would float. And then we had to open and close our legs quickly under the water,
It sounds like
just
what I
at the
did
surface
in
of
yoga.
the water. Well, the faster you go, the harder it is, and the more your muscles work. And I'll tell you what, it really does work your muscles. And I almost kicked some lady in the head. I kicked my sister because she's coming with me. So I kicked Charlotte in the head. Oops.
Oops, Dr. Sister. Like anybody's gonna know who that is.
No. But I missed the guy that was the instructor, because the guy that was the instructor, he is so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
And the lady we had this week just gone, she was very low energy and it wasn't as fun.
So I'm gonna send these to you. Sounds like some of the shit they got me doing in yoga. And where
There's a moth.
is-
Hello, moth. Go away. Go away. Shoo. Shoo. Bye.
I'm gonna send those two to
Okay,
you.
so what's this?
And then I'm gonna share with the class. Assuming I did that
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you've got to
Oh,
do that
fuck,
shit
wrong
we've got to do that shit in the thing.
Back to streaming. Hang on. I did the wrong one. I'm sharing the wrong window. Why am I sharing the other window? Hang on, let me fix it. Window capture. I was just showing my thing of the stream real quick. Okay, that's the right one.
Yeah, we've got to do that shit in water without drowning.
And now where did the stream go? What the hell? I didn't touch that. What the fuck?
Stand by for technical difficulties,
Okay,
folks.
there it is. All right, no more buttons. Damn it. Yeah. Sounds like some of that kind of shit. Like sitting there just doing. They had me do that all the time. It's called boat pose, and you have to sit there and hold that for 5 breaths. Hands out, can't touch your legs. Your legs have to be up. It's a lot of core work, a lot of thigh work. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And if you're particularly suicidal and want to push further, you go that far. With your legs straight up. The girl in the blue shirt, keep your legs straight up, and that's just, it is so intense. It's one of the ones that I've gotten better at, but it's a lot.
We do that in Pilates, but instead of just holding that pose, we've actually got to cycle our legs.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, see, I'm all good with these poses if I'm actually moving while doing them. See, I couldn't just do that pose and then just hold it, which is why I enjoy Pilates, because it means I'm doing the pose, but I've got to, like, I'm cycling my legs while doing that pose, and therefore I'm not just there like, Jesus, it hurts! Oh, it still hurts, and it's still a hell of a workout, but it's more fun.
Here you go. Here's one for you, Tally.
Yeah.
Plow pose. I'm not a fan. I'm gonna share it the class.
We had to do that in Pilates.
Plow pose is a bitch. Like, hot damn.
You know what? I thought it was going to be harder than it was, but I was actually able to do it.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. I can do it, but just barely.
One of the things we've got to do when aqua aerobics is we've got to push the pool noodle under the water and put it under one foot, and then we've got to go forward and back with the foot that it's on the noodle, and then out to the side, while trying to keep your balance. And the further you go out with the foot, the harder it is to bring it back in, and like you're constantly falling and drinking pool water while doing it. And then you got to try and put your other foot on and bring both your knees up to your chest and then push it back down. You got to balance on that thing. Like, I got so excited because I was like, oh, I can do it!
Benny says the bug got to break your neck pose. Yeah, no shit. The worst part is because when you're in that pose, then she wants you to, because you do shoulder stand, which is basically like that, but your legs are straight up in the air. And then put your legs back from there, straight up in the air. Then you bring them down, like, basically you're sitting on your neck, but you're sitting like Indian style with your legs crossed.
Your legs are crossed, like here in front of you.
So in midair. Then she wants you to take your hands off the floor and put them on your knees and use that just to balance yourself. So you're sitting like Indian style, like you would be on the floor, but you're upside down.
Now, see,
a pain in the neck does not begin to describe that.
I can't do the one where you got your legs straight up in the air. I can, however, do the one of the picture that you're showing.
Which one?
The last picture that you sent me.
You can do plow pose?
I can do that one, but I can't do the one where your legs are straight up in the air because I fall over.
I can sort of do the straight up in the air. I can definitely do the one where it's like they're straight out in front of you. I'm getting to where I can have them up at an angle straight, but you know, where the knees are bent and they're, because it's a little more relaxed and a little easier to pull off. But
that as soon as I try to
Jesus.
put my legs up in the air, I either go sideways. So if my legs are straight up in the air, I either fall sideways or my legs go too far and they end up over the top of my head anyway.
I just oof. Oh. Yoga is kicking my ass. And then yesterday she decided she wants to do Ashtanga, which
Did I tell everyone about my sister coming to the gym and her saying, "I've never sweated like that when leaving the gym when I've come out of the gym. I could never understand why people go into the gym with a towel because I've never been that sweaty while leaving the gym." It's like, you're doing it wrong, sweetie. We're on cross trainers, and she goes after 5 minutes. We've been going for like 5.5 minutes. Can we stop now? It's like, no, we're more than halfway there. Keep going. We're going to 10.
It's like, because you quit when you weren't feeling, and you felt like, okay, that's enough. No, I mean,
Yeah, since I told her, well, then you're doing it wrong, and you should be sweating. She's been going to the gym without me while I'm at work, and I do the same. But she's actually started sweating while at the gym, and she said it's great. She's loving it. She's actually losing the baby weight.
woot. So this right here is shoulder stand. And
But she can't do.
kids at home.
She can't do core exercises because she had a C-section.
That's shoulder stand. So you go from shoulder stand into plow pose. So you go from there into there.
I am very wobbly in shoulder stand.
Yeah, I can do it well enough. Shoulder stand, I have. But my problem is because my body weight, the bulk of my body fat, is in my stomach, and stomach and chest area. So when you fold me in half that way, all of SPN squats start to right please. That kind of thing. So put me from there to there, and then there's significantly more fat in this belly area that I'm having to crush down in order to make this pose happen.
Well,
so this bitch wants me to pull my legs back up into straight leg up in the air, and then cross my legs, Indian style. And I'm like,
Well, I've actually got some definition in my stomach here.
Mm-hmm.
But further down,
brag, why don't you, bitch?
I've still got the mummy pocket.
Mummy pocket for your ass.
But that's shrinking too. I've actually got some definition in my legs. Like, I'm telling you, aqua aerobics is great for muscle tone.
You do that to meditate? You sit Indian style upside down to meditate? Hi, irate prostate. How you doing, sweetie?
Hi, irate prostate. But yeah, I'm telling you, you want to do aqua aerobics. It's so much fun.
I'll have to check it out.
Oh,
because I need something that's actually gonna burn more calories in my body than I'm currently doing.
It doesn't necessarily burn more calories. Like the thing I've got, apparently it says aqua aerobics. Let me check my the app, because it'll tell me when I look at aqua aerobics. About 300 calories an hour. So it's not massive calorie burn, but it is very good for muscle tone.
I don't know what I'm picking up noise-wise. Something's picking up on my mic. Background noise or something? I'm gonna have to filter most of that out. But yeah. Is that what it is?
What?
Might be the computer. Because I can't think of what else is picking up. Like 45% of the time. And I don't believe you, Hikaru. That you're doing.
Yes.
Doing Chakrasana upside down. Well, not Chakrasana. Fuck, what is the name of that? I forget what it is called, but that you're doing that upside down, like Indian style thing. other things are opening up, I might go back to the local YMCA and see if I can, at the very least, do a little swimming to start off, since I haven't exercised in years. Wouldn't be a bad idea. I highly recommend that everybody does at least one or two things to keep active, keep your body in shape, especially like something like yoga. Already keeps you stretched out.
Pilates does that for me.
Pilates does. Yoga does for me. It's
Well, Pilates, when we do Pilates, we mostly concentrate on the core and the butt. Whereas aqua aerobics does the arms and the legs and a little bit of the stomach as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I do swim, I will do like up to 10 laps just doing breaststroke.
Mm-hmm.
And I can go longer like doing that stroke. I can do 1 lap if I actually swim front crawl. But breaststroke, I can do like 5 to 10.
True, but I hate pain. Don't worry, I'll give Callie a riding crop and she'll just whip your ass into shape. If you exercise enough, you can avoid a helicopter from landing on you. I'm going to pretend like I don't know what that's in reference to.
I have no idea. I don't
Oh, so
know.
somebody doesn't watch my Twitch streams. Tally. Sunday night, Kayla and I were playing Ghost Recon Breakpoint. She landed a helicopter on my head. On purpose.
Well, to be fair on me, I have to get up for work at 5 in the morning on Monday.
Uh-huh.
I mean, my weekend is Thursday and Friday.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Because Saturday and Sunday is the busiest days in the hotel. Like, I start at 7. I clean the restaurant and the communal areas. I serve breakfast to the hotel guests.
Communal areas?
And then when they are leaving or something, I either give their room a tidy up and make their beds if they're staying, or if they're leaving, I've got to completely clean the room and turn it over for the next person.
Banny, if you check in my Discord, I'm sure someone clipped it. I have a channel called Twitch Clits. You know, it will never not be named that, unless they come up with something better.
I asked about that.
It was Twitch Clips initially, but somebody made a verbal flub and said Twitch Clits instead, and I was like, it will never not be Twitch Clits.
Oh, that's great.
But no, it's definitely in my Discord if you go over there and check it out. I have them there that's all associated with my Twitch channel and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's pretty fun to watch some of them. Like Eve freaking out when Nemesis came out of nowhere. That was a fantastic one. I was actually in your chat when that was going on. It made me jump out of my skin.
Came out of nowhere. Hi there, Gabby. How you doing? I have no idea where the
my
are.
reaction was delayed because of how delayed the sound is.
I still remember the one where it was you and Jacob hanging out in voice chat with me. And I was playing Alien Isolation. And for whatever reason, you guys were about 5 seconds behind me. So I had a moment where I had stepped around the corner and the alien walks by, turns and looks at me, and then jumps up into the vent. And I was like, I stood up, walked to the nearest locker, climbed in, and went. And about that moment, as I'm getting into the locker, you and Jacob saw it on the stream and went, "Oh my god!" About the time I got into the locker.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope. Come here, Luce. Come here, Hap. Come here, puppies.
Yeah, that reaction would have been mine too.
Or fine. You'll get a treat.
So I've come to the realization that my dad is actually insane.
Uh-oh.
Like, not in a bad way. He's not like crazy as in like a psycho. He's like, I think in his old age he's losing his mind. Because the other day he was talking about some voodoo shit.
Oh, he's sweet but a psycho.
He was talking about putting needles in a photograph of my grandmother. It's just like, yeah, I get it. My grandmother's a bitch. I get it. But Dad, I don't think that's why she's got dementia.
Come here. Bring your little fuzzy ass. Come on. Uh-oh. Over here. What is the
So
problem?
yeah, I think my dad's
Try to-
losing his mind.
A little bit. Hang on.
What are you doing? Normally they want to be on
I
camera.
said, no, what? Fuck them. Fuck them. They don't get a treat. No treats for lame-ass pups who don't want to actually get off the fucking floor. Nemesis needs to see your hall pass. Nemesis can kiss my ass. It was Mr. X was the one who actually surprised me more. From my understanding, the way they coded Lady Dimitrescu is actually even worse than Mr. X, which I am excited about because I haven't played 8. But,
I have seen video clips of people. They've gotten a fly swatter from somewhere and they've been sneaking up behind her, smacking her ass with it, and then
Oh,
running
God.
into the room where the fat merchant is. Because apparently that's the only room she doesn't go in.
I saw one guy who was just running in circles around her, smacking her ass, and he was just like, and finally she killed him, and he was like, worth it. And I'm just like,
Are you actually going to play that game?
not with the flash water, no. Eventually I'm going to play it, but jeez, people are so fucking thirsty for that fucking character, man. Like I said, I will never. The only thing I can give her props on is I saw a clip where somebody took a shotgun, put it in her face, and pulled the trigger. She staggered, stopped, twitched, and adjusted her hat, and then kept walking. And I'm like, props. Like, that's class right there.
Well, I love her, and she's just got a timeless style about her that I just love, and I want her hat.
I do really like her style. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a timeless 40s look, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Pat said he played that one on his stream. I don't doubt it. Because that was a moment of like, oh shit. Oh shit. You know, I just hit this bitch with a shotgun. Gabby says the thirst was stonk for wigs. You telling me. Oh, there you are.
I'm not surprised. They released her and her daughters as the taster for the game.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not even the final boss. She's like the first boss. Because there's like 6. And I am curious as to see what your reaction while playing is going to be.
Oh yeah, I'm you know, I've seen some clips and the bits of people playing. Nothing really story spoilery. But gameplay spoiler. I don't mind gameplay spoilers. There was one where this girl went into a big room.
I quite enjoy watching people play older games, like story and everything, because it's just like, yeah.
Like, I'll tune out if it's a
it makes me
cutscene,
want to
but
play it more.
But I've seen a couple people playing. I'll tune out if it's a cutscene, but then I'll turn around and be like, oh, that's what it was. I raided a girl after finishing Resident Evil 7. I raided another girl that I know who was playing Resident Evil 8. And
Yeah.
she was in the middle of just walking around the village, but then she goes into this building, and there's this massive ass dude with this gigantic, I don't know, fucking ogre looking bitch. And she's like, all right, we'll see how quickly we can take this dude out. She pops him in the back of the head. Turns out he's like a mini boss. So she's running around this room, this entire little building that looks like some kind of factory floor, dropping mines and explosives and just hitting him with everything she's got. It was hilarious to me, but no, it was interesting because when she first, I remember tuning in at the very beginning, and when she first started streaming that game, and she did a cosplay of Lady Dimitrescu and everything, so it was entertaining. But she did that, some of the stuff in that game, just like as far as enemies, it's crazy. But I've said since the beginning,
as far as I'm concerned, a plain white dress, like a sundress or a bodysuit, and a black hat, like what Lady Dimitrescu has got, should be in every woman's closet.
Oh yeah, I have a white dress, but it's a little short. It's not quite as elegant as that.
I think I'd rather get like the bodysuit, like a jumpsuit.
Oh, you're fine with that one, Gabby. Unfortunately, the I guessed that was going to be the thing. Two, I had somebody spoiler it for me on Twitter and was just like, "Hey, look, here is this," and I'm just like, "God damn it!" You know. So I try not to talk about spoilers because I haven't had the chance to play it yet. Fortunately, I just haven't had the extra $60 to pick it up, and I wanted to stream it too. So currently, for my horror game night, we're doing Remothered Broken Porcelain, which is proving to be an interesting horror game.
I've never heard of that one.
It's pretty crazy. I can't even really tell you what's actually going on because it's a sequel to the first one was called Remothered Tormented Fathers, and it's just such an awkward, weird title. I always ignored it because that's really stupid sounding, but it was actually a fairly well written game from my understanding and was really fucking crazy. But I intentionally skipped the recap of the first game. Huh?
I like the Dead Space games, but they are scary and they make me cry.
I streamed the first one not too long ago, about 6-8 months ago. It was not as scary as I remembered it being. It was still intense and scary, but not as scary as I remembered.
You ever watch the horror movie Dog Soldiers?
Uh-uh.
The werewolf movie.
Never
Okay,
been a
well,
fan of horror movies.
I watched it when I was a kid with my sisters. And one of my sisters got really scared and cried about it, and she just refuses to watch it again. And I watched it again like last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching this this movie, and I was there like, why did she find this so scary? This is hilarious. I guess that's the difference between watching it when it first came out when you're a kid and then watching it again as an adult and seeing how bad some of the special effects were.
Pat says she stands out because she's tall and thick, a combination that's not achieved in real life. Not often. It does happen. I would point out, like, Autumn Ivy is a good example.
Yeah, but I doubt that woman is, like, 9 feet tall.
No. That's a little unrealistic. I saw some pretty good cosplays, not gonna lie. One gal even got on stilts. Nice. Yeah, I've known some people who did cosplays of it, but it was usually like these petite little things about like Tally's height, 5 foot nothing. And
I'm 4'11".
Yeah, I know. You're pocket sized. Seriously, I'm just gonna bring this giant pocket on my shirt, and just when I come to visit you, just like stick you in my pocket and like off
all of this is gonna fit in a pocket.
Fit in your pocket, maybe. I had to. The joke was there. She lined it up perfectly, and she's just like, "Here's the golf ball on the tee. Hit it, bitch. Do it. Do it. Do it." And I'm just like, makes vagina joke. God damn it. Hi, Reject. How are you? Remember? Am I wrong, Tally? Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Oh my god.
Oh God, what is wrong with us?
I have no idea. The joke is on the table, says Reject. It is indeed.
Yep.
He said it's rare to find a tall woman that is thick too. I mean, I'll get thick, Pat. God, I'll do some squats and get a thick ass, and then I'll just like jiggle it in the club, and you know, like, oh my god. Tally is just looking at me like, okay.
Well, yeah, go for it.
Pete says it would have been rude to not go for the joke. I agree.
So sometimes I don't do squats when I'm in the gym. I do, however, do like leg lift things with weights.
You said leg lifts. What kind of leg lifts?
Yeah.
Show us how you do leg lifts, Tally.
Well, they've got this thing where you can move the weight thing up and down. So I put it all the way down to the floor and then put a thing around my ankle. And then I just kick my leg out behind me.
Sit and fall for it, kids.
No, I didn't. But I've actually got muscles. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. We all do. It's just most of them are layered under mountains of body fat, like mine.
Yeah. I've actually got muscles. You just can't see them. I'm excited though, because they're becoming more visible. Especially after losing 24 pounds.
Yeah, because this isn't Twitch chat. Cease, LOL. Yeah, I know, right? But now I think, what do you think the draw of someone like Lady Dimitrescu? Why did Lady Dimitrescu take off as well as she did? What is it about that kind of a person that is so attractive to people, do you think?
I think it's because no one knew what her powers were going to be. No one was going to know, like, the ins and outs of her character. But she
I mean,
she
more.
does draw.
Why is she so?
She
Why
has
is that type of person so sexually attractive to people? Because other people are just like drooling, you know. That's more what I'm asking.
This kind of bitch you'd have a hard time fighting for dominance against.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely one aspect of it. I don't think a lot of people want to be dominant, though.
No, a lot of people don't necessarily want to be dominated either. But it's just like, there's a case of you could fight for domination, or she could dominate you quite easily.
Yeah. Because there are a lot of people who are just like, step on me, mommy, type of thing.
Mm.
And I'm just like, alright. Calm down. Because, you know, I'm a switch. I've talked about that. I'm a switch. I lean dumb, but I'm a switch. And even then, I'm just like, nah, I'm good. You know? I think a lot of folks are realizing how subby they are, says Mustafa. Fair enough, you know.
You know what? She definitely comes across as the kind of woman that would peg someone.
Oh yeah. I have seen more than one animation and drawing with her with a gigantic dick, you know. So
she's also got a very sophisticated, terrifying class about her. She's terrifying, but she's also classy and
I tend to agree. There is just something about that, she's not bad looking, but I don't think it's her appearance. I think it's a combination of her height, for example. People were really drawn to a tall woman, despite what people will say of like, oh, guys don't like girls that are taller than them, blah, blah, blah.
That's not
No,
true.
there are plenty of
I know,
guys out
I
there that do
know,
like that.
I know quite a few guys that love it when they find a woman that towers over them.
Yeah. The problem is most women don't typically like men that are shorter than them. So that if you're a really tall woman and still looking for a guy that's taller, you're looking at a really small dating pool. I mean, but that's, a restriction you're setting on yourself.
Well, it's not the men putting those restrictions in place, because men seem to be more open to dating someone that's outside their dating preferences than women are. So although a man might prefer shorter women, he would quite happily date a taller woman. Whereas woman who prefers taller men, she is far less likely to date a shorter man.
Check Your Logic asks, what happened to Saturdays? Saturdays went by the wayside because on...
I have to get up for work at 5 a.m.
Well, there's that. There's the fact of, I've got a girlfriend now who wants to spend time with me on the weekends, and having my Saturdays tied up with doing this is not conducive to that. Like, we can't go places, we can't do things on a Saturday afternoon because we have to do S&M. So we moved to Wednesdays with the intent and hope that we were going to be able to continue to do this without getting in the way of our real lives. So we're going to see how Wednesdays continue to work out. So far, so good.
My Saturday, my weekends is Thursday and Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Thursday is my Saturday, and Friday is my Sunday, because those are my days off. But and Saturday and Sunday are the busiest days in a hotel. That and Monday.
Pat says that's what it is. Most women don't like guys shorter than them. Yeah, typically. Hikaru says tall, thick, and her presence demands the respect and attention she wants. I think that's it too. Is attitude is everything.
Oh yeah.
They'll tell you. They tell you all the time that confidence is key. Do you want to be as sexy as fuck? Don't be insecure. At least don't project being insecure. You can be insecure on the inside, but don't project insecurity. And that's one of the things that when my friend was teaching me how to be a dominant, in like BDSM, but he said this also applies to real life as well. Insecurity does not win the day. If you're insecure of yourself as a dom, your sub can sense that. Your submissive can tell that you're insecure about yourself, that you're not confident in yourself, and it's going to be a very tense and unenjoyable experience for both of you. So regardless of whether or not you actually feel confident, be confident. Show that you're confident, whether you feel it or not. So that your submissive can't tell the difference when you're having a good day or a bad day. They just know, you're in control.
But just being confident in yourself and projecting confidence isn't just something that someone that's dominant should do.
Right, and that's my point, is that it works for real life too.
Everyone in the real world should try to project confidence.
Exactly. And that's one of those things of...
You're far more likely to draw people in and get what you want.
Exactly. If you act like you know what you're doing, if you act confident in yourself and your capabilities, people are more likely to trust you, they're more likely to feel relaxed around you, and they're more likely to work with you and give you what you want in life. And that confidence, that assertiveness, is definitely something that Lady Dimitrescu exudes.
Mm-hmm. She's very sure of herself.
Very sure of herself. And I think that's what it is that makes her one of the elements that makes her so attractive to people.
Mm-hmm. Well, you just
Because
just look at some of the sexiest women in like TV, movies, and all that sort of thing. All of them just carry themselves in a way that is confident.
But there's also a way of doing that with like it's one of those quiet confidences too, of like
Mm.
I don't have to be in your face declaring what a confident, strong, independent woman I am. I just am. You know.
Yeah, it's the whole show don't tell sort of thing,
Right.
isn't it?
And that's what she does right, in
And
my opinion, is that she doesn't have to go around telling people she's in
see,
charge. She is in charge.
that's where she does the whole I am a strong, independent woman and I am confident in myself. She can do that without just telling you. Whereas then you look at other media, like let's say Captain Marvel, for example, rather than showing that she's funny, she's kind, she's all of these things, they just say she is this. And it's like, okay. I'm yet to see any evidence of this, but okay.
Right.
And that, yeah. There's a right way and a wrong way to do characters. And the right way to do characters is just show, don't tell.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So, for those of you who don't know, E3 happened this week. I didn't catch anything that particularly caught my interest, but there are apparently a lot of things that Nintendo announced that just totally stole the show. Like
Such as? I haven't seen anything. Like, I haven't seen anything.
You haven't seen anything.
Like, no, I have to go to bed really early because I've got work.
Off the top of my head, a new Zelda.
Dude, I come in from work, I get something to eat, I do some laundry, I do housework, I go to the gym at like 5 to 6 o'clock, and then I don't get back until like 7, 8 o'clock, and I go straight to bed. I don't see shit.
Well, there's going to be a new Zelda. There's going to be a new Metroid, which is something they've been talking about a lot. Just keeping things in the video game area of things to talk about. And I forget what else. Like Hikaru said, they saved E3. Mustafa says E3 was mid as fuck. Okay. I didn't watch any of it, so...
stole the show. So Nintendo stole the show.
Oh, and they're putting Kazuya Mishima from Tekken in Smash Brothers, so Tekken characters going into Smash Brothers.
Okay.
You know, Nintendo apparently stole the show, though.
I could believe that. I very much enjoy Nintendo. I really do.
Reject adds about the previous conversation. She says, Pat, a large part of why most women are more attracted to taller guys is instinctively makes them feel protected as much as we want to think we have evolved, our base instincts are still strong. I totally agree.
Well, men who are taller men tend to be more dominant. Men over the height of 6 foot is something like 10% of the population. However, CEOs that are over 6 feet, male CEOs that are over 6 feet tall, it's something like 90%.
Wait, I thought it was Metroid 4, Hikaru.
There's a correlation between taller men and dominant men.
I didn't watch Nintendo because I don't really enjoy their stuff. Well, that's your failure, Vanny. I don't care what anyone says. Square Enix's conference was great. I mean, fair enough, you know, if you liked it, but
you know, I quite like Square Enix.
People were saying it was kind of lackluster. It was like a remake of the earlier Final Fantasies. I can't remember. A remake of it, kind of the earlier Final Fantasy. Like I said, nothing really just jumped out at me.
I like the Kingdom Hearts games that Square Enix did.
Fair enough. They're being remade by another studio, so I could actually look.
Oh, at some point when I'm gonna have to take my Disney trivia quiz over to my sisters so we can play Disney Trivia Pursuit because we like old Disney movies and it's a lot of fun. Today we were doing music quizzes, like theme song quizzes. It was great fun.
Metroid with a horror twist. Oh, okay. That I'm actually interested in. I didn't realize that it had a horror element to it.
What's this?
They've released a new Metroid called Metroid Dread, or they're going to release a new Metroid called Metroid Dread.
Okay. I don't know what the Metroid game is.
It's really hard to describe it. It's a progressional action adventure game. In the sense that, kind of like Zelda, where you go around and you explore one area of a dungeon or whatever, and then you get upgrades that allow you to get access to other parts of the dungeon, and then
Okay.
that kind of thing. You move through progressionally, and they're like hidden secrets. Started as a platformer, evolved into a first-person shooter type of thing. It's not done as well in recent, because I think Other End wasn't very well received. I don't know why exactly they... Well, I mean, they're trying new things, but they were supposed to be releasing Metroid Prime 4, but instead have debuted this Metroid Dread. The title is a nod to the apparently unkillable robot, which chases players throughout the game. They announced a new WarioWare game, which I never was a big fan of those. I'm not a giant Nintendo person in general, which is partly why it didn't excite me as much, but I've never really owned a Nintendo system.
I have Nintendo 64 and the GameCube. I like Nintendo. I also have a DS somewhere. My DS is a baby blue, and I don't know where it is. I think it's in my laptop bag.
Hikaru says the Final Fantasy Origins demo is badass. Benny says they're remaking the first Final Fantasy, but the main character has anger issues. They're making a Final Fantasy 1 through 6 as a pixel remaster.
Don't most video games have one character that has anger issues in it?
Right.
A little bit of a cliche.
I mean,
there.
It's one of the reasons why Final Fantasy VIII annoyed me so much was because Final Fantasy VII, you had Cloud as the broody, barely speaking lead, and he was just like, some shit's happened to me in my past, and I just don't have faith in anything. I'm just gonna, go throughout life being all moody and barely commenting on anything. And it's like, okay, at least you went through some shit. I felt like when you got to Squall in 8, I'm like, why are you this moody? And somebody's like, well, he's 16. I don't give a shit. We did this last game. This bitch ain't got nothing to complain about. At least Cloud had been through some shit, to make him that way. This bitch ain't got nothing to complain about. The fuck up. Grow a personality.
Did I tell you what my sister called me a few months ago? Like when I first got here. She called me Daddy's little broken princess.
Did you beat her ass on the spot?
You know what? I couldn't even disagree with her. She called me Daddy's broken little princess, and I was just there like, I want to tell her off, but I can't, because she's not wrong.
Hikaru says there are robots in Metroid Dread that hunt you throughout the game by the sounds you make. Oh, fun.
Oh, that sounds scary.
Yeah, a little bit.
And what do these robots do when they find you?
Nothing good.
Okay.
Squall had it fucked up. But Squall's backstory was nowhere near as fucked up. He couldn't even remember half of it. He was emo for no reason. That was the thing, was because the only person who remembered all their fucked up history was Irving. Because unlike them, they'd all been using GFs up to the Guardian forces up to a certain point, up their teenage years. And because they'd been using them for so long, it deleted parts of their memories. But Irving had never used them, so he was the only one who remembered, and he was just like, oh yeah, I thought you guys just knew this. And they were like, no, we don't know any of this stuff. And it's like, oh, well, I guess it's because y'all use GFs all the time, and I've only just now started using them.
What are GFs?
Guardian forces. They were the summons in the game, basically.
Oh.
So. Squall was more emo and insecure than anything else. It made sense. It kind of made sense, but, you know, not enough. Not as much as Clouds. Clouds actually was like, oh shit, he actually remembers all this. Squall doesn't remember why he's emo. He had a fucked up backstory, but he didn't remember any of it.
If anything, that should make him more carefree.
Right?
Like, it would make sense for Irving, the one that you just said, to be kind of emo, because he remembered it all, but...
Now, Irving was just, like,
other?
chill and everything, and I'm just like, okay, you know. It was more his personal story, but like I said, they all replaced a lot of their childhood memories in there, because I forget exactly how it works, but it replaces part of their mind. And I never really liked 8, okay? 8 was kind of one of the ones that annoyed me. My favorite's probably 9. But subconsciously he did. That's a cop-out, come on. He subconsciously remembered he had a fucked up past, even though he couldn't remember that he had a fucked up past, and therefore was emo. Yuki says, I walk into FF8 discussion, kind of amusing. I know, right?
What?
Like I said, at least, you know, while Cloud was missing some of his past, he at least remembered some of his trauma in order to have been an adult who was emo and shit. You know, he's like, okay, I've been through some shit. Yeah, Gorilla Pirate Pete says, as a teen acting all remorse and emo for no good goddamn reason. How very unique. Exactly my point. It also felt kind of lazy because they had already done an emo protagonist in 7, and then they did an emo protagonist in 8, which is why we're so much more excited by 9 when Zidane comes out and is literally just bouncy monkey man. He literally had a monkey tail and everything. Like, he is just hyper and go-getter and much more entertaining of a character. He had a fucked up past too, but you didn't see it keeping him down, you know. 9 had a main character look like a Nico version of Michael Jackson. Zidane was just fucking creepy looking. I can kind of see where you're coming from there.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Really? You've never played any of these? You should go back and play those,
Nope.
Tally.
The closest I've ever been to Final Fantasy was the Kingdom Hearts games.
I need to do a playthrough. Guys, I should probably do a playthrough of Final Fantasy IX. And, I don't know. What do you think? Because I don't want to stream it, but I do want to play through it. So maybe I could do it and upload it to YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it would take me a while to get through there.
Yeah.
I need to make a plan for it, but I think I could do that. Maybe I should do that and upload it on my YouTube channel.
Or our audience can donate towards me building a new desktop so that I can play them.
Oh, goodness. Somebody said something. Hang on.
Although in saying that, any donations will go towards helping me get to work over the next week.
Hi, Dr. Kiev. How are you? Cloud wasn't really emo
Hi.
in my opinion. I mean, I think I remember him a little more emo than he was. Because like I said, even he was less emo than He was even less emo than Squall was, and Squall was just all like, I'm just so tortured, and I just don't want to talk to anybody, and I just don't like anything. At least Cloud actually felt like he was doing something. Squall was just, God, I wanted to slap him. I
See,
did not
knowing
like
that-
Squall. I did not like the
no-
draw system. I liked the GF system. That was cool. I did not like the draw system for Magic. I didn't like 8. I just didn't like 8. Ida was cool, though. Ida was kind of hot. And so was Renoa. Renoa was like all little with spunk and bounce and stuff like that. It was kind of hard to ignore her. But
I like Yuffie. I don't
Yuffie's
know if her
fun.
name is actually Yuffie or
It
if
is.
that's just what they called her in Kingdom Hearts.
It
But I
is.
like Yuffie.
Yuffie is an interesting. She was the spunky, bouncy character from 7. So
Yeah, she's the cutest little ninja.
the next chapter of the Final Fantasy game, the Final Fantasy VII remake, is actually supposed to be centered around Yuffie. So
Oh,
you get to play little
yay!
ninja girl. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be interesting. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, you just snort in the microphone. Hard to be afraid of an emo because when push comes to shove, they will want to hurt themselves more. Pete. Oh god, FF9 is a great game. I agree. It's probably my. If I had to pick a favorite Final Fantasy, it's probably my favorite.
Well, if you ever get threatened by an emo, you can just say, well, what are you going to do? Hurt yourself?
You want to borrow my razor? Yeah. And it was amazing. Renoa had an ability that launched it. Yes,
the
that was the
violin.
coolest thing. That was Tally. No. It was amazing. Renoa had an ability that launched her dog at. Yes, Renoa had this dog that followed her around everywhere, and one of her limit breaks actually, she picks up the dog, puts her on her little like crossbow launcher, and shoots the dog at them, and the dog just goes and slams into them and does tons of damage. It was great.
That sounds great. That does
Zell,
sound awesome.
That's who it was. Zell was also a really fun character from 8. I liked Zell. He had a lot of energy. I felt like Zell would have been a much better protagonist for Final Fantasy VIII. I would have loved the game much more had Zell been the protagonist. I liked him much more. I like Laguana. Laguana was an amazing character. I just hated Squall. I'm realizing now. I liked Quistis. I liked Selphie. I liked all the fucking... I liked all the characters except Squall, because fuck Squall. But everything was all about Squall because he's the main character. That's why I hated 8. I'm realizing that now. I liked all the fucking characters except Squall. I even liked the bad guy more than I liked Squall. Ultimecia was a better villain than Squall was a protagonist. Like, I feel bad for her because she has to deal with this little shit stain as her fucking protagonist. I'm done.
You sure?
Yeah. Yuki says, only thing I remember heavily was the card game in 8 was annoying. I don't remember the card game in 8. I don't think I ever got into it. I mastered that bitch in 9. I tried to get back into it and I just suck hard at it. Zell and Tifa had the same dolphin blow. I think that's why I liked Zell too, is because he was like a male version of Tifa. And even though he didn't have the titties, he had the same spunk and personality. And he was a lot of fun to interact with. Like I said, I liked all of those characters except Squall, because fuck that guy. I'm sorry. Gunblades don't make you just automatically cool. The Gunblade was cool. Squall was not. His outfit was even cool. He was not.
So if they just completely redid his personality,
They
it
need to
would
redo
have
his
been alright.
personality.
Character design visually fantastic.
Yeah. Selphie was annoying. I disagree. I find characters like okay, let me a little bit. She's a little annoying, but
Kind of like me.
yeah. Quistis could whip me any day. Yeah, Quistis. Now, if you want to talk hot, like hot bitches, Quistis was like, I felt like she was their teacher, but she wasn't actually that much older than them. But Quistis had like, she had like a whip, and she was a teacher, and it was kind of hot, and I was like, you know, you want to talk like Dommy Mommy, that was the person right there. She didn't have a very dominant attitude, like she wasn't very aggressive, but she also was, she didn't have to be, you know. I felt like I wanted more from that character in the game, but they really just kind of sidelined her a bit, in my opinion. So, granted, it's been so long since I played 8, but I really don't want to go back and deal with Emo Boy again. So, I'd go back and play 7 again before I'd go back and play 8. Not gonna lie. She was their teacher
Sounds
until
like you
graduation. Oh, okay, but she wasn't that much older than them either. She's only maybe a
Sounds
couple
like
years
you
older.
just want to play all of them except 8.
I actually started to try and replay 9 in Discord a while back, but I only played it one night. I forget. I played about an hour or two. Irving was a walking sexual harassment ad. Look, you're not wrong. He was a cowboy too. Wore a cowboy hat. He'd come up to you in a trench coat, and he'd come up to you going, "How you doing, little lady?" His weapon was a 6-shooter. Like, he was a cowboy.
Who doesn't love a 6-shooter though?
Right?
You don't have to police your brass if you got a 6-shooter.
That's true. That's very true. It's easy to keep up with your brass.
You don't actually have to go looking for your brass with a 6-shooter. Forethought.
You're not lying, but Irving was the opposite of Vincent. Vincent had adequate reason to be emo and dark too, but even he was less emo and dark than fucking Squall. And he was a fucking vampire.
See, all I'm getting from all of this is you really, really don't like Squall.
I really don't like Squall. I hated Beatrix in 9. I loved Beatrix. Like, I wanted to fuck that bitch. I'm not gonna even lie. Teenage me was, like, horny as fuck for Beatrix, and I cannot tell you why.
You're gonna have to show me who this character is.
Okay, Beatrix. Do close these yoga windows. FF9. I can't tell you why this bitch was so hot to me, but she just was. Wow, people have done like some renderings of her and stuff, but I think I'll do this one, which is closest to the closest to what she actually looked like in the cutscenes and stuff. Copy image. Share with the class, and then I'm gonna send a Tally.
Yay.
But yeah, that's what Beatrix looked like, and I don't know why I was so fucking horny as fuck for her, but
she looks like she could fuck you up.
She was captain of the guard. I mean, you know, Steiner was this snivelly little loudmouth who, while his heart was in the right place, just needed somebody to slap him in the face, and that's why she constantly usurped him, because he saw her as competition. She was just doing her job. You know, serving the queen as one of the captains of the... There was 2 different guards. There's the Knights of Pluto, which Steiner was the captain of, and then there was only like a handful of the knights, and all the rest of the soldiers were female and under Beatrix. And Beatrix was like the palace guard or whatever. And like I said, I don't know what it was about her that just had me all like hot and bothered as a teenager, but
She could fuck you up. That's what it is.
overpowered and invincible. I disagree. I would totally let her overpower me.
I'm sure you would.
He was the sniper who never sniped anyone. Squall had to do it. I mean, I didn't say Irving was a good sniper. I just said that I liked his personality better.
Because he actually had one.
Right. Sorry, I've gone on a rant about Final Fantasy video games, and Tally's barely keeping up. You know who I liked from Final Fantasy? You know who I liked? Who my favorite
Your
character
Bun Bun character?
Well, there's that. He's not a Bun Bun anymore. She's human now. But,
okay.
You know who one of my favorite characters from Final Fantasy is? Sephiroth.
Go on. He's in Kingdom Hearts, and I've never beaten him. I've never beat him.
I made it my mission of, I'm gonna beat that ass. So I ground. I learned strategies. I studied the fuck out of him, and I beat him.
I could not figure out how to get past him, because every time I go to fight him, he can hit you from the other side of the fucking arena. I just can't do it. I've tried using summons. I've tried everything. I've tried going at it with different keyblades. It just doesn't work.
His shot was actually a kill shot. Ada had not shielded herself. Yeah. How original, Sephiroth. Kiss my ass, Fanny. You want to talk edgy teen, and at least his edginess, he did something with it. Unlike Squall, he did something with it. He took his edginess and all his internalized pain and decided he was going to try to destroy the world. Try. The world's most boring villain. I'll be honest, it was his look more than anything, less his personality that I liked. When I was a teenager, that hair just did it for me. Like, the long silver hair, the gigantic sword, like 20-foot fucking sword, like, not literally that long, but it looked like it in those cutscenes. Like, hot damn.
That sword would never be able to be used in real life.
Yeah. It wasn't literally 20 feet long, but it was really fucking long.
Yeah,
but then again, neither
know.
would Cloud's sword, his Buster sword. That would be difficult to use as hell, unless it was made of a very, very light material.
Oh yeah, because it's huge.
Mm-hmm. It's not practical at all.
None of these Final Fantasy weapons are practical.
Tifa's
like
fist.
the gun maze makes even less sense than anything.
Tifa's fists would be easy to use in a fight.
Okay.
You know why?
Go on.
Because they're just boxing gloves. They're just like knuckles. He was anime as fuck, and you're complaining why? Oh, he said, and it was amazing. Okay, never mind. Yeah, gunblades are a very impractical weapon too. I can see how Squall used it, them being a practical use, because the way that you were able to use the gunblade in the game was you would run up and slash someone with it, and when you slashed, you pulled the trigger, and it would fire an explosive round. That would cause a small explosion.
But where would the explosive round come out?
Right, it slides right across the top, just like it's like a kind of like a but it was meant for a very close range delivery.
Crossbow.
Right, so it was only fired after you'd already hit the enemy, and as you're hitting them, you pull the trigger, you time the button right, and you fired the gun as he hit him with it. It wasn't meant to be used as a ranged weapon. So in a practical sense, I could see that delivery method working, but using it as a gun, like sitting there shooting it, no, that doesn't work. They have gun blades as well. Gun blades are easy to understand. You use the sword when you're striking an enemy. You put a bullet in the right. Aya's here. Hello, Snow. Welcome in, sweetie.
Hello.
I should point out we're already well over an hour into the stream. Hour and 15 minutes.
And that means it's almost time for the call-in segment.
It is time for the call-in segment, so I'll just go ahead and open it up and say, hey guys, if you are, if you want to come in and comment on anything that we've talked about today, we didn't actually get to any articles. We kept the conversation going all day.
Yeah, I know. I'm quite surprised that the thunder hasn't started yet.
Right? So you want to shoot a round down a bent tube. I would argue something different on how it's designed. But I'll argue that in a minute. But let me finish our thing. So if you want to come in and talk with us about anything we've talked about today, you have something you want to say to us or whatever, just hop in the green room on our Discord server right there. We put the link in the chat. Excuse me, the link is also in the description. If you want to join our Discord, you can hop in the green room and come in here and chat with us. Do you see anybody in there yet? Or?
I'm not looking. I don't know. No. But I was just looking at the forecast, and they're like, no wonder it was so hot and clammy today. 20 degrees Celsius was the highest temperature, and the humidity is 88%. No wonder it was so damn warm today.
Masamune Sephiroth's sword is 68 inches long, and there are weapon shops that sell them. So 68 inches.
We now have someone in the green room. It's Fanny.
I am 73 inches tall. I just want to point that out. I am 6'1". That sword is 5 inches shorter than I am tall. Let that sink in. That sword is 5 feet 8 inches long.
That's bigger than me.
Ridiculously unwieldy.
It's kind of like trying to wield me as a sword. Like, it just wouldn't work.
Oh, hey, I should probably unmute.
Yeah, you probably should.
Hey there. Firstly, hi, Tally. It's very
Hi.
lovely to finally talk to you. And Eve, you have a problem. Your squall hate is unwarranted. Oh my God, no! Oh. Well, and he was once.
Sorry, I was muted on the stream.
Bullshit.
And my hate isn't unwarranted. I felt like he was supposed to be likable, and he really wasn't. So
I don't know. It was when I played it. I started out not liking him too, and as the story progressed and everything, and I was learning about, the whole backstory for everybody, I was like, okay, I can kind of understand why he is the way he is. It's not everybody's gonna like him. It's fine and everything, but like the sheer
I got to the end of that game and didn't finish it because I was like, hang on. I got to the end of that game and didn't finish it because I was tired of all the bullshit. I'm still muted. Why am I still muted?
Okay, so you hated an unlikable character that has a redeeming character arc, and you end up kind of liking them. This sounds like Cheryl from Riverdale.
I've never seen it, but
I've like my favorite character in the TV show Riverdale is Cheryl, because she starts off as just like, you're a horrible bitch and I hate you, but as the time goes on, you kind of like her.
Let me ask a question, Tally. What is Riverdale?
I think it's supposed to be based on the Archie comics.
Yeah, it's like
supposed to be. It has nothing to do with the Archie comics.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I never started watching it, because I heard stories and I'm like, nope.
And that's the part that
Well, if
frustrates
you-
me,
if
is it's
you-
nothing like it.
If you ignore the fact that it should be based on the Archie comics, it is pretty good.
But see, that's the thing. They hook you in with that, and then you're watching it, and they're going, "Wait, what is this? This is not what I signed up for."
Well, I quite enjoy it.
That's cool. You can like it. You know, people like what they like, and in Eve's case, they can hate people who they want to hate. But you know,
But in saying that, I never read the Archie comic book.
yeah, I'd read a few. Like you'd see them back in the day, like in the grocery stores and all that. I never got
I
them from a
think-
comic shop.
I think the only link between Riverdale and the Archie comics are the characters have the same names,
Mhm.
Right.
and
yeah.
the name of the town is the same, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Pat's right. They did with Riverdale like they did with Sabrina. It's,
yeah,
they lured you in and then, flip the
that's-
script on you.
That's my issue with a lot of TV shows nowadays, especially things that are like supposed to be based off of it. They'll use these elements to try to draw in people who were fans of the original stuff, but then make it nothing like the original. Like I had an argument on Twitter with a friend of mine who was complaining that they announced when they announced that in the new Netflix Resident Evil show that's supposed to be based on Wesker and his children, but it's supposed to paint Wesker as like the good dad who's just trying to make it against the evil corporation type of thing and raise
What?
his two kids. Yeah, it's nothing like Wesker's character. And he's like, well, people are just complaining because he's black. It's like, no, they're not complaining because he's black. They're complaining because it's a bullshit interpretation of the storyline. Wesker
Yeah.
is the villain. Wesker is a
anyone
bad
who's
guy.
ever even touched a Resident Evil game
I mean,
could tell you that Wesker is like this evil bastard who just doesn't like humanity apparently, and just wants everything to burn.
Oh, not exactly, but you know.
Well, yeah.
What
Well, by
were you
the
gonna
end
say, Tally?
anyway.
I mean, you can betray someone. You can portray someone in your TV show or whatever as evil, but still loves their kids. Like no one is just
Fair
one thing.
enough.
Like you can
but-
be an evil piece of shit and still love your kids.
But the problem I have with it is I don't feel like he is Wesker only in name. There isn't any element. He doesn't look like Wesker, so you can't even say that, oh, we tried to make him look like Wesker. He doesn't act like Wesker. He just, there's no element of him that is actually Wesker. And so my problem with that is that you're using this to try to draw in fans of this thing, but then you're not even giving them what they're expecting. You're giving them something that they didn't even ask for and don't want. It's not about the fact that they changed his race. I could easily see a black man. I could easily see the actor that they chose. I forget his name off the top of my head, but I know he was in he was in Fringe. I can't remember his
I
name,
know
but
who
I
you're
loved
talking
him in
about.
that show.
Oh
I
my
loved him
God,
in that
he
show.
was in Fringe?
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. Wow.
But I don't have a problem with him being black. I have a problem with the fact that I think he could honestly portray Wesker if he did it, as the character
He
from
can
the
only
game
work
is.
with the script he's giving, though.
But he's only going to be
Right,
able to work with the
yeah.
script he's given, and if he's supposed to be like this, doting father or whatever,
It's like they're trying to make him likable, but everybody knows who he becomes. So it's like maybe they're trying to go for this is why Wesker is the way he is in the games. Maybe that's the hook.
maybe. Even Pat says they hook you
I
with the
mean,
nostalgia expectation, then try to give you something else. Exactly. It's like, but
Yeah.
why?
I mean, someone can do a prequel to This Is What Wesker Was in the Games. He started off as a doting father, and then maybe something happened to his kids, and that's why he turned into an evil piece of shit that just wants to watch the whole world
From
burn.
my understanding, the show is going to take place in two timelines. There's going to be the
Oh, okay.
timeline of the future where the zombies have overrun everything and the kids are trying to survive.
Okay, so the kids are alive in this future timeline?
Right. And
Okay.
then unknown fate of Wesker in that future timeline. And then there's the past timeline where they're just moving to this new town that is a corporate town that Umbrella has set up because they have bukus of money like that.
Have they,
So
have they
Raccoon
said if
City.
it's Raccoon City or not?
I think it is Raccoon City, or it's supposed
Okay.
to be something along those lines, but they're, again, reinterpreting it, and they're going to have the
Raccoon
teens go to
City-
school thing, and, like, the high school drama bullshit, and
Yeah.
Well, something you've got to remember is
mixed
that
in with
the
some
they-
espionage and
It
stuff.
probably is. It probably is Raccoon City because you've got to remember, the Umbrella Corporation's bunker is underneath Raccoon City.
I mean,
So it
again, and
probably
again,
is.
okay, fair enough, but it's just more, it's more annoying that they're trying to add, like, teen drama elements to fucking Resident Evil. I think that's why I'm so
that
frustrated and
makes-
annoyed.
Makes no difference, or makes no sense, I should say. It's like, we why do we care? Why should we care?
Right?
It's like,
And
I mean,
I
yeah,
don't know
the
how they're
kids and
making
all,
a
but-
series out of this.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I'll check it out, but I thought that it was they were making like a movie or something, not a TV show.
Mustafa says, I mean, I guess they're cool with everyone not trusting the black guy. God damn it, Mustafa. It is so
Oh no.
I even made a comment on it because I saw the cast for this when I thought it was a new movie, and I was like, so the only black character in the cast is the bad guy. And I'm like, okay.
I don't even know. Like,
Yeah, it was weird as hell. Weird as hell.
very much so.
I want the thunderstorm to start
Why? Do you like thunder
You-
that much?
because it's really hot and humid, and I'm hoping a thunderstorm will help cool it down.
See, for me, I love like strong weather, like snowstorms.
You like dominant
storms,
weather.
rainstorms.
It's gonna
I-
it's gonna hold you down in the
Yeah.
bed and spank your ass.
Snow can
Yes.
fuck right off. Snow is horrible shit, and I am so glad.
Wow, why are you bullying
No.
Snowpilot like that?
Why are you bullying Snow? No, this is unacceptable. You'll be properly trained. Don't worry. You're gonna love Snow.
Bitch just said, "Oh, I love being held down and spanked," and then turns around and is like, "No, you'll be properly trained." Psh.
See, the first one was a joke.
You couldn't
That
train.
one
You couldn't train a
Bitch,
puppy to
please.
pee on a pee rat. Come on now. I'm just teasing you, Banny.
I know.
They have their own version, but they know what.
Snowstorms suck.
They have their own vision, but they
Oh.
know without nostalgia or a popular name, they don't trust it to take off. I agree, Pat, on that front. I think
That's what dumb.
Snow says, "Excuse me, you palmy tart." He just called you a tart.
I love it. I love it.
I'm surprised he didn't hop into voice chat to come tear you a new asshole. But no, but I agree with you there, Pat. They use the nostalgia as a catalyst for their own, a platform for their own ideas. They have this
That
idea of
just-
what they want from a show or something like that.
They've
Well,
been-
then in that case, it just tells me that they don't believe in their own show.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, Hollywood's been doing this with TV and movies for years, and with the pandemic, since people are losing money hand over fist anyway,
Like,
they're even less likely to take chances, which is why a lot of characters you'll be seeing in even, shows that are doing well. Like, we'll say, from what I watch, The Flash, right, from the CW. They brought
Snow's
in-
in the green room to come tell me off.
they brought in the black guy, Chester P. whatever, I forget his name, but he's an awesome character and I love him. But they're bringing him in because what's his face is leaving the show, and then they're bringing in a new speedster or something, and he's I forget in the comics if he's Hispanic, but he is in the show. And one of the things that people noticed is when they put out the poster for his like suit, with the Flash, if you've watched it, they've always had the best budget for the suits. They've always looked really good. And the suit that they have this kid in looks like a first attempt from a cosplayer. Okay? And not a good one.
Kind of like the difference between
Maybe he made it himself, kind of like, Spider-Man or something.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. And if
Hang on.
that's the hook, that's good.
This is kind of like the difference between the costume that they had Batwoman in the official TV show versus the costume that they had the Batwoman in the porn parody.
Yes, the porn parody one was better.
The porn parody was more true to the source material than the official TV show.
3, 2, 1, here comes Snow. There he is.
Snow.
Get her. Get her, Snow. Get her.
Care to repeat your statements, little one?
Uh-oh. He whipped out the Dom voice. You're in trouble now.
Snow Pilot, you know I adore you, but snowstorms suck.
Why do snowstorms suck?
Because they're cold and last time I was in snow, I almost broke my knee. And you can't do anything, and you can't go anywhere, and I've got a life to live here.
So the perfect excuse to stay home, snuggled under something warm next to a fire with somebody that you're, let's be fair, probably having lots of really awesome sex with is a bad thing?
Thank you.
No.
I would point out
No.
that Tally's been housebound for like the last year and a half, so getting to get out of the house and work is pretty nice.
Also, you've got to bear in mind that up until recently, I was living in the northeast of England, and when we get snow, we got like that much snow.
That's it?
And like down here, it's great, it's warm, and like no snow, but it is also spring.
Is that it?
Yeah.
A foot. That's a lot of snow.
No, not a foot of snow. Like a foot of snow is what we get down here during heavy snowstorms. No, up in the northeast, we'd get like 3 feet of snow, and it was awful.
3 feet.
Is that it?
No. Wow.
Like not even the tractors could get out.
That's because they're shitty English tractors. I'm pretty sure they still have Lucas Electric systems in them.
3 feet of snow
Damn.
is a light winter beginning here in Illinois.
Yeah, yeah, but England
you
shouldn't
cheat.
be that
You have
cold.
lake effect.
That's true, we do.
Yeah, but England shouldn't be that cold.
England also shouldn't be a fountain of rain, but come on.
Well, we've had rain today. It was light rain, but we had rain today. Like we get rain during every season.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a friend of mine from England who said, we basically have 3 types of weather. Rain, and snow.
Summer is my favorite day of the year.
Yes.
Ouch.
This explains why they set out to
Accurate.
conquer most of the known world.
Yeah, they were like, fuck
The weather's
this place.
terrible here. We gotta go somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's like what's Kayla's phrase when it comes to truck driving is he said there's 3 seasons. There's sun, snow, and construction.
Yes.
And that's it. That's the 3 seasons.
Once you come up here to Yankee Land, it's almost winter, still winter, road construction.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Although, you want to see fuckers get road construction done in a hurry, go to Maine. Because they know they don't have any fucking time to do it.
Yeah, they're lazy as shit around here. We actually get like a summer, so and
They're like, we'll be fine.
like, we'll get it done. And they don't.
No.
But anywho, we are at our 1.5 hour mark. So we're gonna have to wrap up. Thank you so much to Vanny and Snow for hopping into voice chat with us and chatting with us today.
I don't even have
I
any new projects to share with you. Yeah.
We can talk about that after the stream.
And it was a pleasure to be here. I love both of you, and you know, it's like long time listener, first time call. So you know, it's
Well, thanks for coming in. Thank you to chat for coming and hanging out with us and just watching along. And thank you, as always, to my amazing co-host, Miss Delita Constantine.
I always love doing these. Boop,
Boop.
boop, 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 boop.
And without further ado, if you like what we do on this channel, like, share, and subscribe. And yeah,
give
we
these
have-
ladies money.
but yeah, well, yeah, don't worry about that. There is a link down in the description to our Discord. Tally and I will be hanging out in there for a little bit after the stream. So come in, hang out with us, and chat. And we'll see you guys. I said I'll see you guys next time. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Lay back, relax, enjoy it all. Saturday night, it's time to say no more. S&M with Tally and KRC. Come pleasure or pain, welcome to the stream.